been a month and a half. How you holding up?
Thought. It's hard work, but...
You might just have a chance.
Must he wear the sci-fi backpack everywhere he goes here?
They say these people's eyes are black. Just solid black.
Are you serious? Why? What's wrong with them?
I don't know, but they keep saying the same thing over and over.
What the hell?
Attention all personnel. We have received unconfirmed reports that the outsiders have made Savannah, Georgia a primary target. Damage is said to be near total.
No,
Updates will follow.
we got some crazy ray gun. Carter!
Your guess is as good as mine. Whatever the outsiders did to them, we don't know how to fix it.
Sounds like a friend I knew back in the service. Mine just snapped.
Worst part is they couldn't even end it if they wanted to.
Mustn't start thinking like that, Carter. You start down that path, and you just start wondering what the point is of anything.
How are our food and water supplies?
We should be able to hold off for another month, maybe more, with tighter rationing.
Tell me more about that friend in the service. Anything like the sleepwalkers?
Well, I can't say it was too similar. I mean, poor old Ken didn't have black gunk all over his eyes to start. But the things he saw when we were in the Great War.
Terrible things happen during war.
Anyway, he never got over the shock. And Myron and I never got over what happened to him. I just hope we can do more for those sleepwalkers.
That's enough prying for now.
Anytime, Carter.
Hey, have you heard about...
Tell me, the machines were growing.
How do we know we don't have more of them in here?
If there was...
Attention all personnel. Outsider interference continues to scramble long-range communication.
I'm sure Falk has the lab
SEAL teams report rumors of panic and rioting in major cities. A report.
Carter, join me.
Nah, I don't feel like it. Okay.
I don't like it when my agents go off the rails, Carter. Never ignore my orders again. You're lucky things turned out as well as they did with Dr. Weir's rescue. I'll overlook it this time. I understand the situation is getting to you.
Weaver tell you that? Or you just figured it out on your own?
I need to know I can trust you, Carter. I took a big risk including you in this operation. And I'm about to take another.
What are you talking about?
Taking the fight to the enemy. Not just surviving this war. Winning it.
And how exactly are we gonna do that?
With this.
No, seriously, what? Two fighters against a Star Destroyer?
That's impressive. I'll give you that. But they have an entire fleet. What makes you think it'll turn the tide?
You only need one bullet to take down a target. If you know where to shoot.
We need to locate their command center.
And we have a captive spy who just might be able to tell you. If you know the right way to ask him.
What do we know about the infiltrator?
We've been running a barrage of tests on it. Preliminary interrogation, medical checks. The boys in the lab even took a look at the devices implanted in him.
Find anything useful?
We don't even know his name. or if his kind even have names. But we have reason to believe he'll be more responsive now.
What happened? Lock him in solitary for a couple weeks?
You might be closer than you think. In a recent examination, our surgeons
Jesus
removed this
Christ.
from his head. We
That
think
thing's
it's
the
some
size
kind
of
of
a fucking
communication
football.
device.
He was bugged?
We're not sure. Weir thinks it was his connection to Mosaic.
That's their communication network.
According to Dr. Weir, yes. Whatever it is, ever since we removed this thing, the infiltrator's been
No-
less aggressive,
no
more
duh.
morose.
Interesting.
Took out half his fucking head.
How do we know we can take them out in one strike?
Weir's been studying their transmissions, and he believes they're coming from a single source.
That's this mosaic thing they talk about?
Yes. The doctor says his measurements prove that it's some sort of central command, possibly even a single being.
Yeah,
And if
yeah,
our
there's a
tests are
mothership
correct,
and we gotta
it is
upload an
indeed
Apple virus
more
into
than
it. My
so?
god, this is
After
boring.
So if we take...
That's the idea.
That's an impressive flying saucer you've built.
Actually, the Air Force was already toying with a prototype like this. Our German associate just made a few modifications, including everything we could steal from the outsiders.
How does it handle?
When it's finished, it'll be faster and more maneuverable than anything in the skies.
But can it take on one of their battleships?
In a head-to-head fight, no. But it won't need to. Watch.
Wait,
Nifty little trick.
wait, I didn't
Dr. Dresner is particularly proud of that one.
watch what?
He's been invaluable
I
to the
didn't
project.
push a thing.
We've dubbed the craft the Avenger.
I
Can it get
touched
through
nothing.
those Venn gates of theirs?
That's what we need you to find out.
I swear to God. I didn't touch a fucking thing. Is it? Watch this impressive trick. I swear to God. Whatever happened, it happened at the speed of fucking light. It's just like, watch this. See that? No, that's the point. Oh my god.
I'll see what I can get out of the infiltrator.
See
Good.
that? No, it's that
Got him in a
fast.
containment center in the lab, built especially for him.
Got his own luxury suite, huh? That ought to soften him up.
Don't count on it.
How gentle do I need to be?
Just be careful. He's the only captive we have.
What sort of aliens built this thing? So it can move in any direction? Like a helicopter?
Shut it down! Shut it down before it blows! No, wait! We need to test the threshold! Yes, we really see when it explodes! Are you two crazy? Shut it down! Wunderbar! Never before I seen anything with it. You don't mind your crew splattered all over the wall? Of course, of course.
No, I'm serious. Here, what?
You know who. Give him a shiner for me, will ya?
This is where we manufacture Tang. Yeah, they're not mutons. You just use that word because it's XCOM-y, and this is not XCOM.
Calm yourself, Doctor. Irrationality will not help us identify enemy infiltrators.
Calm? Why do you perform tests on men? Like livestock?
Tests serve to protect them. They are all volunteers.
Maybe.
I think I would like that, Mr. Fox. I think I would like that very much. You are Dr. Heinrich Kressner, correct? This will be in the final. Let's turn you away. Oh, yes. Here we both are. Yes, well, we can't risk losing.
Ah, William. Welcome to our fully refitted
I'm
laboratory.
Zed.
I'm certain that Dr. Weir would love to give you a tour
I've
of
got
the
something to
facilities.
show you.
Yeah,
Watch
Doctor?
this. How
Yes,
was
of
that?
course. I'll just leave Heinrich to his tests.
Lawrence! Lawrence! Have you seen these latest findings? Just a moment, Alan. I'm finishing a minor change to your... Who the hell was bloody? Brilliant. No, about all that. Meantime, it's these new transmissions that we've been receiving. Dr. Rossi believes I may be extraterrestrial.
I've got to tell you, I've just about had it with this game.
Think of it. Intelligent life on other worlds. A culture more advanced than ours.
The infiltrator's right inside, Agent Carter. If you need anything, just ask. Officer, you're new here, aren't you? Yes, sir. They rescued me up from outside Louisville. I trust they've made it clear how important your duties are to the survival of this base. Yes, sir. Very clear, sir. And the survival of this base means the survival of this nation. Possibly the entire planet.
What's wrong with your face?
That's right. Now tell me, you noticed anything odd since you came here? Apart from us barely having free time or being allowed to go topside? That's not unusual for lockdown. No, I guess not. I'm still getting used to the new mission,
What's
sir.
wrong with your
Well,
lips?
You'll get used to it soon enough. And stop calling me sir, would you? Yes. Yes, Agent Carter. How's the infiltrator? The containment room was designed to act as both a brig and a lab, so he's well contained. Not that he's been trying to get out. You think he's planning something? Can't say for sure. Any other prisoner,
His
yeah,
helmet
but
is, like,
since they
floating.
removed that controller thing from his head, he's been a different man. Or I guess I should say, different creature. How much do you trust Falk? I trust him with my life, sir. After all, if it weren't for him and his teams, I'd still be out there. You said you were rescued from outside Louisville? Yes, sir. Fort Knox in particular. Agent De Silva and his team were recovering something from high-value storage, and I thought they were looters. That could have gone poorly. Not really. I don't know about you, but I ask questions before I start shooting. They were only too happy to bring me back, once they were certain I was human. How exactly did they prove that? Just like checking for Reds. Sing the Star-Spangled Banner, ask what happened in the most recent episode of Captain Thunderclap, and so on and so on. That's all. Thank you, sir. Good luck. I see you gave up on the disguise. Done playing dress-up?
This one can no longer
How you
hide.
doing, Mr.
Those
Pussyface?
systems were corrupted by your scientists.
Yeah. Gloat all you want about your superior technology while we've got you tied to a chair with a rope.
You want revenge for your fellow warrior. Go ahead and take it. Nothing you do will stop the Zujari.
We're gonna pay a visit to your home.
And I'm gonna bring
and
out
you're
the
gonna
gimp.
help us get there.
A counter-invasion. Ha! The more you resist Mosaic, the more you will bring death to your world. You think you have seen our strength? This is just an expeditionary force preparing the way for our armies. We will destroy you.
We'll see about that.
It's simple. You will join our empire or you will die. For us, there are no other choices.
Our whitecoats say there's been a change in your attitude ever since they yanked this device out of your head. I want to know what the hell it is.
It is many things. A shield, a beacon, our focus. It is Mosaic. Without it, we are... I am alone, unsure, impure of thought.
What exactly is Mosaic?
You would think of it as a broadcast, a network. Each of us
These
are connected
idle
to it.
you know, the animations for when these characters are idle are so
Our
bad.
faith. Mosaic delivers truth, or perhaps what Origin decides is the truth.
Look, pal, I don't have the time or the patience for riddles from some cunt-faced freak. You talk straight or you catch a beating. You got it?
I didn't mean to hit him. What the fuck?
A primitive like you could never imagine true unity. But you will come to know it all the same. The inevitable is coming, William Carter. Origin cannot be stopped. Not by you, not by us. Torture me all you like. It will change nothing.
Sounds like you're afraid of this, Origin. Tell me about it, and maybe we can help you.
You can be both violent and kind. Primitive and understanding. Such divided creatures. But it is not a weakness. Nothing is as I thought. Nothing is as Origin told us.
Listen, I'm fighting for the survival of my entire race here. Give me something to work with, or you'll find out what I'm willing to do for my world.
You have already seen what we are willing to do for our own dying world. What Origin has forced us to do for our world. Forced me to do to other worlds.
You don't have to let Origin control you. Tell us how to stop him and you can be free. We can destroy Mosaic. You can all be free.
Yes, but Mosaic cannot be destroyed. Mosaic is not a single place, not a solid thing. And soon it will consume your people as it has so many, as it did mine.
You're wrong. We've traced Mosaic's transmissions to a single location. If we can get there, your people can
God,
be free.
these animations
A myth
are
spread by the few who
terrible.
are deaf to Mosaic. I used to think they were mad, but perhaps...
Here's proof. A source for Mosaic's transmissions. If we get there, we can put an end to it.
But without Mosaic, without Origin's guidance, my people... We will never find a new world.
Your people could come here without conquest. Wouldn't be the first time immigrants came to our shores.
Whoa, Carter,
We'll
I
help you
really
fight
don't
for
think
your
you're
freedom.
authorized to make that
And in
kind
return,
of offer.
You can live in the land of the free.
William Carter. My thoughts are my own for the first time in my life. If there is a chance that others can know this freedom, I will tell you what you want to know. To survive the crossing, you will need an instrument that can recalibrate quantum structures. Such a device can be acquired from one of our ships, which you can find only at one of our docking stations near a Ven gate.
Thank you. Once we've stopped Origin, your people will thank you too.
By the way, what the fuck is a Ven gate? Whatever, whatever. You guys do good work.
Nice work in there, Carter.
Shut the
I
fuck
bet the
up.
director will want to tell you that himself. Was he watching?
You even have to ask that question? He's waiting for you, Knobs.
Slurm.
I don't know what you said to him, but that alien thing's been making nice since your little visit. You must have scared the bejesus out of him.
Thanks, Carter.
I can hear
Got the
you.
alien to talking.
Huh? How do you do that?
I'm afraid to ask.
Attention all personnel. We have confirmed reports of outsider structures being built outside of St. Louis. No attacks reported, but sleepwalker infection has spiked in the area.
Carter, good work in there. I'm honestly surprised you kept your cool.
That wasn't my first interrogation.
It shows. Having a defector on our side could make a big difference.
And who knows? Someday, they might be great allies.
Let's just focus on making it through this war. Now, I've been discussing the information you extracted with Dr. Weir.
Any clue where we can find one of those interdimensional things?
The doctor calls it a
I
phase.
slapped him one time.
And we know
but,
there's
you
an
know.
outsider docking tower near a town called Vida Buena in New
Where's
Mexico.
Rachel?
The Silva's team
Where is she?
investigating sleepwalkers in the area.
Sounds like our new defector might be the key to getting into the tower.
I wouldn't trust letting him into the field yet. His mind is still fragile. He's not ready to fight against his own.
Any other ideas for how to get in?
As it turns out, De Silva's team attempted to infiltrate the structure. But the last report from them was 2 days ago.
What the hell, Falk? De Silva goes missing and you're just telling me now?
Where's the trigger?
We have reason to believe that he's still alive, but he's deep in enemy territory and unable to broadcast. Link up with him and his team. Then through the command tower and secure the phase plotter.
Why are we putting the doctor back in danger?
Weir is the only one who understands how the enemy gates work. He's the only one with any insight into how their systems might operate.
And no time to train a field specialist, right?
Precisely. Keep Dr. Weir safe. He's far too valuable to lose.
What was De Silva doing up there anyway?
He was assigned to gather intel on the Outsider's gates for Dr. Weir's benefit.
And now we're going there to get one of these gadgets.
Vida Buena is an outsider transport
God.
hub.
So the best chance
Is a place...
You think we can trust the outsider?
He seemed pretty shaken up. If we learned anything from your encounter with this Lawrence, it's that the real problem is their mosaic.
You think they'll all just switch off when we take out Mosaic?
I wouldn't bet on it. But as it seems to be their communications network, destroying it would give us a serious edge.
Can't ask for much more than that. All right, that's all I need.
I'll have Senior Ops inform Dr. Weir that you're ready to go. And Carter,
Yes, sir?
good luck out there.
Yes, sir.
This plot is just so stock.
Back from the interrogation? How did it go?
He was easy to handle. Now we got our own little stool pigeon.
Then let's use him while we can. And before the lab tries to cut him up to see how he works.
I'm going to get some answers.
Good luck.
I mean, I hope you guys realize that I really, you know, despite the whole betrayal thing, you know I was playing that up, right? You know, and like, even though I really don't think this is XCOM, I really have tried to be fair to this game. Like, you believe that, right? Like, do you believe that?
You can't attend every threat yourself, but in some cases, you can dispatch agents to assist. On these dispatch missions, they will earn valuable experience and may find new equipment or even other experienced agents. However, they won't be available in the field while dispatched, so select your squads wisely.
You know, and this is... don't give scores. I don't do stars. I don't do numbers. I don't do little popcorn boxes out of 5. Because once you do that, once you give a number rating, once you give a number rating, you're held accountable to that fucking number for the rest of your life. You know, as soon as I give this, let's say I give this as a 6, and I'm not giving it a 6, but let's say I give it a 6, and I give another game a 7, or I give another game a 5, and then you're like, what do you mean this game's a 7? You're saying this is only slightly better than fucking Bureau? Or this is only slightly worse than the Bureau? Fuck you, Spoony. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, so all of a sudden, like, you know, it's just bullshit. I hate number ratings, and I'm not calling out anyone like Joe or something like that. Actually, I think Joe has a pretty good system. Joe actually really tortures himself over his rating system. He really actually he came to me and he's like, I don't know what I want to do with the number system, because he's like, I don't want to be one of those guys who has a fucked up number system. I want to be fair. And so I'm like, I even told him, I was like, you shouldn't do a number system. I think, you know. But he's like, I really want to do this right. So, so he actually has one of the more. He really does try to do a fair number system. I don't think there's a right way to do it, because you can't judge every game on an even metric. You know. No, Joe is honest, but you can't. Not every game is equal to the same metric. It can't be done. You know, so if I give one game a 9 and I give another game an 8, you're like, well, that's bullshit. You know, you can't be like, well, this game's only slightly worse. You know, why is this game a 9? Why is this game an 8? Why is this game an 8.5? You know, do I give decimals? Do I not give decimals? You know, and if not, why not? You know. And here's an example of a site I really hate. GameSpot. Now I actually like GameSpot's written reviews. Now you can argue whether or not they're biased, you know, if they've sold out corporate or not. And actually, bias is something I really hate. An accusation of bias is bullshit anyway, because everyone is biased. That, like, we're not fucking Vulcans, you know. Everyone has bias, but like, now whether or not they've been like bought out by advertisers, that's not even questioned. But like, for the most part, I think a lot of times their reviews are honest. Problem, like, if their rating for a game, if their number value is like less than an 8.5, the game is pretty much like, you should pretty much not waste your time. Like, because if it's less than an 8.5, that's pretty much code for the game sucks. You know, pretty much. So, like, but the question is raised, like, so what's the point of the rating system if, like who cares? You know, if, because basically your cutoff point is